Hello. Today we have a confusing one. This is the Golden palette by Natasha Denona, and from what I understand, this palette came out years ago, y'all. Years ago. I honestly want to say it almost came out like 5-6 years ago, possibly even more. I don't know how long this palette has been around, but apparently like it had come, it was really popular at the time, completely sold out, and then it was just gone. And then she ended up bringing it back, I believe with new formula, I think, possibly even a few different colors than the original had. I'll see what I can find out and possibly put it down below. But that's just all to say, the point is that this palette has been out. There was a resurgence of bringing it back. They brought it back, and so that's what I have. I don't have the original palette. This is the Golden palette brought back because so many people loved it, apparently. It is completely just tinfoil gold all the way around. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Natasha Denona is, if you don't know, I guess you could say famously not vegan. So if you're looking for a vegan formula, you're either going to have to check the label or just not get anything Natasha Denona. I just wanted to mention that really quickly because I have seen a comment of, that's important to some people, so I do want to mention that. Here are all the shade names. You have all the shade names there. This is, like, as you can tell, extremely reflective, and the palette itself is no different. It just completely makes you feel like you are a disgusting little piggy because you can totally see every single just fingerprint on this palette. This palette just gonna be covered in fingerprints all the damn time. And it is just sparkly all the way through. Like, all the Natasha Denona palettes, as far as I know, they've always been magnetic, so you can take something like, like a pen or a paper clip and just stick it through and rearrange the shades however you like. So this is the gold palette. It is, let's see, it does lay flat. It lays completely flat. And here, there is a mirror, big mirror in there. And here are the shades if you have not seen the shades from this palette before. I feel like at a crossroads because I don't know if I want to keep this. I'm going to be real. Honestly, the only reason I really ended up buying this palette is because I ended up swatching it at a Sephora, I think, and for some reason, the swatches in the Sephora, I'm like, oh my god, this is pretty beautiful. I think I want this. And I ended up getting it on a sale. Natasha Denona, the biggest sales you'll see for them are like 30% off. So I waited until this palette, I believe, was 30% off, and then I purchased it. That's pretty much how I've gotten almost every one of my palettes. But the issue I have with this is that there's a lot of repetitive looking colors, and for my skin tone, it kind of just looks like a natural beigey, like almost like a naked look. And I don't know if maybe that's the point of the palette. It's a makeup, no makeup palette. And that's where I think I'm coming to gripes with whether or not I want to keep this. Because on one hand, I feel like I don't really have anything like this kind of makeup, no makeup palette. I have other Natasha Denona palettes. And that's also why I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to keep this. Let's start off with swatching some of these beige shades, because I want to see what they look like on my hand. Specifically, these four right here on my eye. I don't know if it really made that much of a difference. And I mean, it feels wonderful. And that's why I keep going back and forth, because the feeling in the pan, these four look so similar. On the eye, they still feel like they look very similar. The formula feels good. It does feel luxurious. When I put this on, I did feel luxurious, to be honest. Like, I really did. I did feel luxurious still with these shades. It feels good. It feels high-end. It feels like the really good type of formula you would see an MUA use. But I think I'm at a crossroads because it just doesn't really excite me. It doesn't feel... I'm not, like, I don't know, jumping. Okay, I can see now swatched that there's like the slightest difference in all the colors. In the pan, I'm not really seeing it. I think there's one more I need to swatch. There's this one over here that kind of looks like that one, but you can tell the formula is different based off the way that the shade looks. It's more of a cream. This is more of a cream, and this is a powder. Let's put this over here. Wow, color theory is crazy. That looks so fake. I don't know if I want, like, do I want to keep this in case I ever need to wear makeup without it making it look like I'm wearing makeup? I think my favorite shade in here is probably this log shade, just because it's the only one that actually gives you any real depth or color. And it's that usual kind of like almost cream to powder kind of feel, kind of color. And I actually ended up, I was like, hey, maybe it's long lasting. So I did a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a sponge, as in like I put a setting spray on my makeup look that I did. I put on setting spray on the first makeup look that I did because I was trying to see if maybe it would help it be long lasting, because I'm like, well, if I'm going to do a really high-end kind of makeup look with this, you usually would put on setting spray, right? I put on the setting spray. Y'all, that did not keep it at all. It did not feel long lasting in that the first two looks that I did. I don't know about today. I have it on today. I don't know how it's going to be today. But it didn't last long, and it definitely like rolled up, creased on my eyes. So I'm like, huh, okay. The sparkles in here are also very, very demure. They're not crazy sparkles at all. They're very subtle, very sheer. Definitely for soft makeup. They're more of like toppers. Of course, someone calls me while I'm trying to do this. But the swatches on these, on the sparkles, still very, very sheer. I don't really have a favorite. I mean, they're pretty by themselves, but I kind of like these metallic-y ones more than the shimmers. They are all right. They're really not anything some special. Like, it's really just a dusting of a sparkle. It's not heavy at all. If I were to keep this, it would be for the more kind of matte cream shades. But I don't know, y'all. I feel like I can definitely see myself giving this away at some point. I think it's pretty. I want to experiment with it a little because I don't have anything else like this. Experiment with neutral colors. But I think, I don't know. I think now that I've swatched it out, I don't like this as much as I thought I did. I'm very into playing with this a little more. But I can definitely see this ending up in a box to go to my MUA cousin. Let me know down below what y'all think. What do y'all think about this golden palette? Do you remember the hype that was around this palette? I didn't know it was so popular as it ended up being. I think it is really pretty and a good idea in theory, but I don't know now actually trying it if it actually is. I don't know. I'm still kind of stuck on this. I may keep this for a little bit longer, but I think ultimately this is going to end up in my donation pile.